Whew, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And it's recording, isn't it? Why didn't you let me know? I said let me know when it's recorded. You didn't want to let me know.
No, I wasn't. You could keep doing it. That's it.
So
She, me, you too. It's your boy Season. We're back with another reaction video. I know y'all been missing my brother lately.
What's up, y'all? It's Age. It's Asian K, man. We already know what it is and how we do. Sorry, I've been gone for a little minute. You know, just life been kind of being life. So I'm back.
Somebody said we're actually funny as AF. Some people did ask about you. But.
Thank you. See, I knew they liked me more. They like me more. I'm sorry.
Anyway, we're back.
Y'all like me more.
Anyway, we're back with another reaction video. We're here reacting to Young Don, the Sauce God. Newest video. Woo! Growing up with the boys' parents be like. Don't forget to leave a like, comment on the video if you're brand new to the channel.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm sorry I was taking your thunder, but I had to.
Don't forget to turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. Also, don't forget to watch the full video, guys. Y'all been killing it lately. Y'all been killing it with the subscribe button. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. We on the road to 1K, like I always say.
Like we sometimes forget to say.
But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video.
All right.
This one time during lunch, he came up to me and said he was gonna marry my mommy. So I put.
Why did you pause it?
No. I'm just saying, like, some random dude just come up saying, I'm gonna marry your mom.
He's in school, Twan.
I know, but it is like my whole anger just came. See? I told you.
Why you keep pausing it?
I can pause it. Wait, what?
Hey, bro. Give it a day.
Okay, Don.
You can't mess with the creative process.
Don.
Can't mess with the creative process.
The only memories I have of my parents living together is of them fighting with each other. I have one vague memory from when I was really little of my dad kissing my mom on the cheek as she was cooking in the kitchen. And that's pretty much the only memory I have of my parents looking like they ever really loved each other. Which is unfortunate because my mom has a lot of pictures from when they were younger, before I was born, and you could see that once upon a time they were in love. I believe I was about 4 years old when they got divorced, and it took me a long time to understand what that even meant. It made me very confused as a child about love, family, and marriage. I remember being angry and sad a lot as a kid, and not really knowing why I felt that way or who I was upset with. I remember when I got a little older, but still pretty young, like around 6 or 7 years old, if I had to guess. I remember spending Saturdays with my dad, and as he was bringing me back to my mom's house at the end of the day, I remember trying to convince him.
I feel like that's gonna be a
come
somebody.
back home and make up with my mom and.
No, that's not gonna be Jalen. No, we're not doing that. No. Do not speak that energy. Do not manifest that.
Okay,
Twan.
first of all, I wasn't talking about the name that shall not be named. I'm just saying I feel like that's going to be somebody that we know. I didn't say who.
Oh. That's abuse on the channel. So
well, guess what? You be mentally abusing me when the camera's not on. So there you go. He abused me, y'all.
Be one big happy
you
family
physical.
again.
Huh?
You're
Of
physical.
course, that
You're
never
mental.
happened.
So there you go.
My dad would always say, "Son, when you get older, you will understand."
No, you won't.
And he was right, you know, because as you get older, you understand that we are all deeply flawed people. Nobody's
trying to
perfect,
tell him.
and
He's already
no matter
flawed.
how
I am
strong your
perfection.
dad seems, he's just a man. And your beautiful mother, she's just a woman. And sometimes men and women fall in love, they get married, have kids, and then they break up.
Yeah.
My mom was really beautiful when she was young, Not to say she's not pretty now, if she's watching. When she was young, she got scouted to participate in Miss Jamaica. And I mentioned that because I can remember being in like the 2nd grade, and I had this light-skinned classmate named Matthew, you know, a little fat boy. And anytime my mom came to the school, he would always mention how pretty my mom was. And that really used to bother me. This one time, during lunch, he came up to me and said that one day he was gonna marry my mommy. So I punched him in the stomach. It wasn't a fight. He never touched me because I punched him in the stomach like 3 times and he fell to the ground. And
I can feel your aggression, bro.
Never say that ever again. And
Put
I
some
didn't
respect
really get
on
into
this name.
fights in school as a kid, but I remember getting so angry when he said that because in my head, my mom belonged to my dad. And of course, I knew that this little kid could never marry my mom.
He did.
I think it struck such
He
a
did that
chord
stare down like Vegeta.
because
You know,
even
like,
at that age,
try
I
that
understood
again. You
that
won't
my
be walking
mom
again.
was now single. So technically, a man that was not my father could marry her. If they were still married, this kid could never say something like that. So indirectly, it was like he was making fun of the fact that my parents were divorced. At least that's the best rationalization I can come up with now for why I got so angry at this other kid for saying what he said in the 2nd grade. I really loved my dad growing up. You know, usually you hear that boys who grow up being raised mostly by their mothers become mama's boys. And I guess that's true for me to an extent, but I really loved my dad. He was my favorite person growing up. He was the coolest, strongest guy in the world, tall, muscular, and women loved my father. Everywhere he went, he was always very popular with the ladies, especially at work. And I know that because my dad would take me to work with him sometimes. Actually, I would guilt my dad into taking me to work. When I was really little, my dad would pick me up from school and take me home. And as we pulled into the driveway of my mom's house, I would just start crying. I would cry hard, like bawling, bro, like I was dying. I would tell him I'm not getting out of the car and I don't want him to leave. So then he would ask me if I wanted to go back to work with him. And of course, I said yes. He worked at a big bank in downtown Kingston, and he would take me back to the bank and sit me in his cubicle, and I would sit at his desk and draw on printer paper for hours. In fact, how I began to draw and where people started to recognize that your boy had a little talent.
I wish I had
he would hang
talent
my
like
drawings
that.
up in his cubicle, and his coworkers would come around and compliment me on my drawings. So it was very encouraging. But eventually, we would have to go home for real. And when he would drop me off the 2nd time, I would try to do the whole crime thing again.
You're like, no, that ain't gonna work this time.
It never worked because where I lived wasn't my dad's home anymore. Even though my dad was in my life, my mom still had to pull a lot of the weight financially to take care of me and my little sister. So she worked a lot, and she often worked late into the night. And I remember being very worried most nights as I waited for my mom to come home because Jamaica is a very dangerous place, especially for young women. Every night on the news, it would be some picture of a young lady who was kidnapped and never seen again. So I was always worried that the night would come when my mom wouldn't come home. But thankfully, she always did. I remember I went through this phase where I would write little notes to my mom saying things like, I love you and I missed you, and then I would take the note and fold it into a paper plane. And then when my mom came home, I would fly it at her as she walked through the door. But a lot of times, she was so tired after working all day at the bank that she wouldn't.
I thought
even
it flew
know
outside.
I thought I hit her in the face.
She wouldn't know to unfold the plane and discover the secret message. So eventually I stopped doing it because I thought I was just annoying her more than anything. She didn't understand what I was doing. In fact, I don't think I understood what I was doing. My mom always tried her best. She's a great mom. Eventually my dad got a new family, and sometimes I'd go over there, and I remember thinking that it was interesting that I now had a little brother and sister from someone that wasn't my mom. I remember being jealous of them because they got to live with my dad, and I think because of that, I was never able to really connect with them. To this day, we aren't very close, you know. I'm not about old they are or what day their birthday falls on, even though my dad has told me a dozen times, and a part of me feels guilty about that because I am technically their big brother, you know? And look, life is messy. Both my parents have half brothers and half sisters, and they seem to be able to get along and, you know, be loving and all of that. So even though I don't feel like I have a duty to be this loving and involved big brother, a part of me does feel bad for not trying.
Oh, he in the Naruto swing.
But not enough to try more. The way I look at it is, my dad is my dad, and I love my dad a lot, but he's made certain choices, and those weren't my choices. So it just is what it is, if that makes sense. Truth be told, I think he's given up on wanting me to be more involved in their lives, you know, because if it hasn't happened yet, it's probably not going to happen. And I think he gets it, you know, because he gets me, and you know, I know he loves me. You know, life's just messy, man. Eventually, my mom did remarry, so I have a stepdad, and my stepdad is the best kind of stepdad because he's never tried to be my father because I have a father, so he's just always done what he's supposed to do, which is take care of my mom. And I can tell that he really loves my mom a lot. You can see it. And my mom, man, which I'm really happy about because based on what I've seen, I feel like when a lot of women remarry after they have kids, it's usually to a man that can simply contribute, you know, put food on the table. But you can see that she doesn't quite respect him the way she respected the father of her children. Not allowing him to take the lead, and she ends up wearing the pants and calling the shots. But that isn't the case with my stepdad. And I think that's because my stepdad is in a lot of ways similar to my real dad, you know, alpha male, ambitious, tall, strong, but unlike my dad, my mom met him when he was already in his 40s, you know, already had a wife and kids in the past, so they were just looking for someone to marry, someone to love, and no one's perfect, but
wasn't good that they was able to find love.
He gave me another little brother,
because like love
Micah.
is,
and although Micah is technically my half brother as well, as far as I'm concerned, that dude is 100% my little brother. Anything this kid asks me for, I get it for him because I love him so much. My only regret is that I'm not there physically to be his big brother because he still lives in Jamaica. I think the reason why I connect with him so much and care so deeply about him is because we came from the same place, you know? My mom. Growing up with divorced parents does come with its perks, though. At least in my case, you know, 2 birthdays, 2 Christmases, so twice as many presents. You know?
That's the only thing I was thinking
make
about.
up for not being able to live with me somehow, and although new PlayStation games place being able to live with your father, it's better than nothing. And that's not to say my dad hasn't taught me a lot of valuable things. The most valuable thing he's taught me is how to be smooth, you know? My dad is one smooth guy. It's really a double-edged sword when you think about it, because being that smooth is probably how he made my mom fall so in love with him, thus resulting in my birth. But it's also probably the reason their marriage didn't work out, because when you're that smooth, women notice. Like I said, the ladies love my dad. He also gave me his smile and his jeans, you know what I'm saying? And without those 2 things, I wouldn't have half as many stories about girls as I do, to be honest. I honestly wouldn't change anything about my life or the way I grew up, because I love the person that I am today, even though I'm painfully aware of all of my imperfections and flaws. And trust me, there are a lot, but still, I do love myself. I mean, I got it tatted on my wrist 3 years ago for a reason. Still, I would say that I don't want the same for my kids, you know? I want my kids to grow up with both of their parents in the same house.
Right here.
Little boys and little girls need
I'm too late for
their
that.
fathers. I believe that boys need a strong
Way too
masculine
late for that.
figure in the
No,
house.
I'm never too late, but I'm
especially
just
while they're
saying,
still
like,
very young. And girls need a loving and attentive father, so they don't have to go out and seek that attention from selfish men. Moral of the story:
Thank you.
life is messy,
It is.
and for the most part, everyone is doing the best they can.
What about that?
I mean, you can only do so much, you know. It's just
But This is why I love this. I keep telling y'all this is what, bro. One of my goals for the YouTube is to actually meet this man. Maybe do a video.
Not maybe. Will
do a video.
Thank you.
Manifest that.
What?
Manifest it.
I know that man didn't on camera. Okay.
My bad. My bad.
No.
I didn't know.
It's too late.
Talk about this. For real though, it's. He hit some good points.
He really the
only thing he do if he hopes to see this is talk to your siblings on your dad's side. I personally have 8 siblings, all of them.
Man,
but
I got a whole family on my dad's side, and I don't know none of them. Like, that's a touchy subject right there.
I'm close with my siblings on my dad's side to a certain extent. I'm closer with my older sister than I am with kind of like the rest of my siblings. But I'm once I see them. But
like I said, like my dad family.
That's the thing. So you don't got no siblings?
Do I?
I told you to find out.
No. Like, I think I was my dad's only kid. I think.
Dang.
But he got like brothers. He got brothers and sisters that got kids. So it's like I'm their cousin.
Yeah,
I'm the cousin.
But I think you need to kind of get with them.
No, I don't have.
Do you have your aunt number? Yeah, we talking about this. It's your boy Caesar
and the Age of Caveman,
and we out. Peace.